In the thrilling world of NASCAR, where each millisecond holds immense value, securing pole position at Daytona has long been hailed as the pinnacle of a driver's prowess. Its iconic status is underscored by the fact that pole position at Daytona doesn't guarantee victory, a wisdom history has proven time and time again. Despite starting at the front, many pole sitters have faced the daunting task of managing restrictor plate racing's unpredictability and pack competitiveness. This reality adds an intriguing layer of complexity to the Daytona 500. The perks of starting at the front are numerous: clear track ahead, avoiding early race chaos, and the psychological advantage of leading the pack. However, the risks associated with qualifying at the front cannot be overlooked. In the high-speed, high-stakes environment of Daytona, securing pole position often comes with a trade-off. The intense drafting and pack racing characteristic of restrictor plate tracks like Daytona International Speedway means that being at the front makes a driver vulnerable to the whims of the pack. Any slight mistake or misjudgment can result in being shuffled back through the field, potentially squandering the advantage of starting at the front. Pole position and cup wins don't blend. The Daytona 500 holds a special place in NASCAR, often likened to the sports Super Bowl. It's a quintessentially American tradition steeped in hard work, passion, and innovation, embodying the very essence of speed. A victory at Daytona is more than just a win, it's a career-defining moment. Being crowned a Daytona champion elevates a driver to legendary status, a distinction few races can boast. The celebration at the world's center of racing marks a turning point in a racer's life, propelling them into a revered category among their peers. Triumph at Daytona cements a driver's legacy and ensures their place in the annals of motorsport history. At the Daytona 500's difficulty lies the sheer number of cars on the track, 40 competitors bumper to bumper, engaging in aggressive drafting and bump drafting tactics throughout the grueling 200-lap race. This tight pack racing creates a high-pressure environment, where split-second decisions and strategic maneuvers can make or break a driver's chances of success. In the illustrious history of the Daytona 500, NASCAR's premier event, securing pole position is a significant achievement, symbolizing speed, skill, and the ability to conquer one of the most iconic tracks in motorsports. Yet, despite the honor and prestige associated with starting at the front of the pack, statistics reveal a fascinating trend. Of the 65 drivers who have clinched pole position for the Daytona 500, only a select few have managed to convert that front row starting spot into a victory on race day. Fireball Roberts in 1962 was the first one to win the pole and the race. Even more intriguing is the fact that the last time a pole position winner went on to win the race was back in the year 2000, won by Dale Jarrett. This statistic begs the question: why have so few pole position winners been able to seal the deal and emerge victorious at Daytona? Drivers often display a reluctance to secure pole position at the Daytona 500 due to historical trends that reveal a stark reality. Despite starting at the front, the likelihood of another driver winning the race is notably high. This pattern has been observed over multiple instances in Daytona's rich racing history. The hesitance to claim pole position stems from a strategic consideration. While starting at the front of the pack offers a clear advantage in terms of track position and clean air, it also exposes the pole sitter to the risks inherent in restrictor plate racing. The nature of Daytona's draft-heavy racing style often results in a tightly packed field, where cars draft off each other to maintain speed. In such close quarters, drivers can easily lose their lead position through strategic drafting or by falling victim to unexpected maneuvers from competitors. Moreover, the unpredictable nature of restrictor plate racing introduces an element of uncertainty that further dissuades drivers from aggressively pursuing pole positions. The Daytona 500 is notorious for its propensity for high-speed crashes, commonly referred to as the Big One, which can occur at any moment and drastically alter the complexion of the race. Consequently, drivers may opt for a more conservative approach to qualifying, preferring to start further back in the field where they can avoid the chaos often associated with the front of the pack. For starters, the drafting-heavy nature of restrictor plate racing at Daytona often negates the advantage of starting at the front. In the frenetic pack-style racing that defines the Daytona 500, drivers quickly form alliances and draft together in tightly knit packs, making it difficult for any single car to break away and maintain a significant lead. Additionally, the sheer length of the Daytona 500, a grueling 500-mile marathon, means that maintaining a lead for the entirety of the race is a daunting task. Pit strategy, fuel mileage, and tire management all come into play, further leveling the playing field and increasing the likelihood of lead changes throughout the race. Furthermore, the inherent risks associated with racing at high speeds close to other cars cannot be overlooked. Choosing the optimal racing line becomes a critical decision for drivers, weighing the benefits of running high into the corner for better traction against the advantages of controlling track position on the inside line. Each choice carries its own set of risks and rewards, further complicating the already intense competition. Moreover, maintaining drafting distance with competitors is essential for success at Daytona, requiring drivers to exercise patience and precision to avoid errors that could compromise their position in the pack. With multiple lines forming towards the end of the race, inside, outside, and middle, drivers must navigate the chaos while staying within striking distance of the lead. Over time, the Daytona 500 has become increasingly challenging to conquer, reflecting the evolution of NASCAR itself. In the early decades, from the late 1950s to the 1980s, victory was often determined by a combination of horsepower, handling, and driver skill, a true test of man, machine, and track. However, as NASCAR has progressed, the dynamics of the race have undergone a dramatic shift. The introduction of restrictor plates has fundamentally altered the competition, transforming it into more of a lottery than a traditional test of skill. Rather than a small group of cars battling for position on the expansive 2.5-mile track, the Daytona 500 now sees 40 cars packed tightly together, racing as if confined within the tight quarters of a phone booth. Why is it so tough to win here? In this high-stakes environment, there's little room for error. The slightest mistake can have catastrophic consequences, making success at Daytona a true test of precision, strategy, and nerve. As Kyle Busch, a two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, said, "Here, a lot of your result can be in the hands of the other drivers around you and the circumstances around you. That's just the nature of it. But we all have the same race to go out there and run in. The race is a mix of ability and luck. Thus, the winners might not be the most well-known drivers. Having neither will leave you lacking in some crucial area." Given these challenges, it's perhaps not surprising that only a handful of pole position winners have managed to navigate the treacherous waters of the Daytona 500 and emerge victorious. With nearly 2 decades having passed since the last pole position winner crossed the finish line first, the elusive combination of speed, strategy, and luck required to win from pole position at Daytona remains one of the most coveted prizes in NASCAR. The year 2023 Daytona 500 winner Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who won the longest Daytona 500 in 2 overtimes, said, "You definitely need the luck. You need the car and the skill to go out and do what you need to do. One wrong move can change your whole race," he said. "It can be frustrating, but it's part of racing." Additionally, historical data supports the notion that winning from pole position at Daytona is a rarity. While claiming the front spot on the grid is undoubtedly prestigious, the statistics show that the majority of Daytona 500 victories have been secured by drivers starting further down the field. This trend serves as a cautionary reminder to drivers that success at Daytona is not solely determined by qualifying position, but rather by a combination of skill, strategy, and sheer determination exhibited throughout the grueling 500-mile race. Is the Daytona 500 the trickiest race to win? What's your take on this? Leave a comment with your thoughts and join us on the Fast Planet by liking, sharing, and subscribing.